to Hold Your Space podcast. Thanks so much for joining. And today we have an amazing, special and incredible guest.
Amazing, special.
And incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jayda, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for popping in.
Thanks for having me.
We're just going to have a little chit chat today. I think going to talk about a little bit about your journey, kind of how you got to where you are, and then obviously, like the aim of our podcast is kind of talking about semi-pro life.
Mm-hmm.
And you obviously have such a good view of that because of your recent first-class dissertation. So we want to just touch a little bit on that as well, and like your views on the professionalisation and things like that.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So let's start from, I guess, gym days.
Yeah.
So talk to us about your like early sporting career and a little bit on that.
So grew up doing when I was like really young, I started gymnastics when I could like walk. And then did like a bit of swimming, bit of ballet. But then like I picked gymnastics and wanted to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that till I was like 13 or 14. But like it was so traumatizing. Like when I look back on it, I'm like, all I remember is like, I don't remember anything really happy about it. Like it was like really hard, as you can imagine. Like I remember like probably for a whole year, every time my mum would drive me to training, I'd just be crying in the car like, please don't make me go. And like I just remember like one time a girl, we were like 6, maybe 7. And this girl wouldn't do a cartwheel on being like she couldn't do it, like she was bawling her eyes out, and like coach made us do wall sit until she did it, and we were
when
there
you were
for
6 or 7.
and then we were there for like 20 minutes.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get away with that.
And like you'd be like doing conditioning and you'd be crying, and like if you like say if you're holding a plank and you'd start crying, like if you dropped, like then everyone would start again. And you'd be holding a plank for like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Like you can do that now. Yeah.
Crazy.
But yeah, so literally did gymnastics that whole time. At school, like I did like athletics and stuff, but like I couldn't do like the after school training because I did gymnastics every day. And then when I was like maybe 11, I switched from artistic to tumbling because I was just like not really enjoying artistic because it was so traumatic. And it was also like I was like really tall, obviously, like on bar and stuff, like it's kind of just impossible. So I did tumbling for a bit and then started netball. I was like 13 or 14.
And what made you want to go to netball?
So I did it at school a bit, and then one of my friends at the time played for Blades.
Yes.
And she was like, one of our defenders is injured, do you want to come along? And it was on a Wednesday night, and I didn't have gymnastics on a Wednesday night. So I was like, Mum, please. She was like, it's too much. I was like, no. So I went, and then obviously games were on a Saturday at that age, and on Saturday we'd have gymnastics training from like 9 till 4, and like I'd be missing that because I'd have a game, and then so they were like, oh, like you can't be missing that session, but then obviously I can't miss the game either. So then I was like, okay, I'm not gonna come anymore.
Oh, wow.
So then I literally just did netball, like, and I was like, oh, this is so chill, once a week. And here we are. Literally.
And what did your mum, like, how did your mum take that? Because obviously...
I think she was quite happy about it, to be honest.
Okay.
Obviously, like, at that age, my brother was, like, 2 as well, so, like, all the travelling...
Yeah.
Like, I only trained gymnastics, like, maybe 30 minutes away, but, like, she would drive me there. Or, like, sometimes I'd get a train there, but then she would still pick me up.
Yeah.
And stuff, so, like, obviously he was really young, and that was, like, a bit traumatic for him. So, she was like, you've kind of made the decision already, and like I wasn't going to get anywhere in gymnastics, so I was just like, let me just do netball.
That's so interesting, like you talking about how they trained you in gymnastics. It kind of makes sense why you are how you are now.
Why you got such great quads?
And just like how much you love the gym and like you just work so hard in the gym, like that obviously a little bit must come from...
Yeah, well when I was just doing netball once a week, I also did CrossFit.
Oh right.
And that's when like, because obviously I was eating the same amount and then started doing weights.
Yeah.
Like I literally grew like triple the size.
On a roll.
Literally on a roll. Biggest bulk ever.
blades.
Yes.
You got Jan as a coach.
No. Jan was under 16's coach. I had Bev
Yeah.
and her daughter. So the girl I actually replaced was Charlotte Dunkley. I don't know if she plays Scotland. She actually broke both her hips. She slipped on black ice.
Oh, so not playing netball?
No. How bad is that?
Breaking both your hips.
Yeah.
At that age.
Yeah, like 13.
Bless.
Yeah. So I took her spot.
Yeah.
And I remember like Jan, like I went to like an awards thing when I was then like maybe like 18, and I remember her like talking about me before I went to do the awards, and she was like, when Jayda first came, like she couldn't really catch or pass. I can just picture myself being like so bad, like no hand-eye coordination whatsoever. But yeah, so then I don't know if this worked the same when you were at Blaze, it's like red, blues and whites. Like red is 18.
Yeah.
Okay, so like in age group it was like red, blue and white. So red was like the 18, blue was like the B team, and white was like the C team.
What were you?
So I was red. I don't think we had a blues. If we did, I wasn't in it. But then when we got to under 16, it was then like, obviously under 15 and under 16 were all in the same age group.
Okay.
So then I was in like the whites and the blues. And all my friends were in the reds. It was so sad. But it was fine because I was literally playing like 3 games every weekend. Worked my way up. By the end of the season, I was playing like Div 1. So like, maybe like Div 3. Div 1's maybe pushing it. But the next year I was playing Prem.
Yeah.
So it was just like,
massive jump.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, it doesn't really matter what team you're in, as long as you're getting court time.
Listen, kids.
Listen, kids. Just take every opportunity you get. My second year of netball started playing for Pulse.
Yes.
So I did county like my first year, like midway through.
Wait, sorry, you're ever playing netball?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but it was like satellite.
Yeah.
Did you have that?
Yeah. County, yeah.
So county satellite.
Yeah.
Yeah, but halfway through the season.
What county?
Hampshire.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because Blaze is in.
Yeah.
So it's in Southampton. I think it was my first season.
Ever playing netball?
No, I played at school a bit.
Wait, so your first year playing netball?
Yeah, under 14s.
Yeah.
Western Park Blades.
And
went
then
to
you're in
nationals.
county satellite that
I
year?
think so.
And then your second year ever playing netball, you were in Pulse?
Pulse, Hub, and under 17 maybe.
That's literally crazy.
Yeah, I went to MPL at the end of that year.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I went to under 15 MPL, so I must have been 14.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went to Pulse MPL tournament and under 15 tournament, which was so much fun. And then like I remember people getting an England trial, and I was like so jealous.
Even though you've been playing for 2 years.
Yeah, but like they get an England trial.
Yeah.
And then you know how like England used to do like a trial like when there was a Netball Europe, they'd then do a trial like they'll invite some people.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to that and literally played it so bad.
Yeah.
Like I remember I went into the camp, so like everyone was already there, and I just went for like 1 day or something, and I had to do the fitness testing. Like literally, it was so unfair. And then did the match play. I don't think I touched the ball once. I was so embarrassed. I'm pretty sure Shona was the coach as well.
Yeah.
And like she was a coach at Blades as well. And yeah, if you asked her, she would say how bad I was. Like,
She wouldn't say that though.
No, she would. Because it was that bad. So then yeah, didn't get on. And then I tried again the following year. Didn't get on again. And then at that point I was like Pulse maybe like under 19s I guess. I can't really remember doing that at all. Like I have no recollection of like playing.
What year was that?
I probably went to MPL tournament in 2018,
Okay.
maybe. And then, wait, I'm trying to think what year I did under 21 Netball Europe.
Same as you.
Oh yeah,
Why?
You did the same that we were.
under 21.
The 2021 one?
Yeah, was it 2021?
Yeah, it was my last year.
Oh yeah, that was my first year of second year of sixth form.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How did you know Jayda was at it?
Because she always says that she always thinks you're really young.
You think I
Oh yeah, because
I played.
we were at the same
That
one.
was my last year.
She's like, why are you going?
Oh, was it England?
I remember remember you telling me you were like watching me play at your like senior England camp, and then they were like, "Why are you watching that?" And you were like, "'Cause Shelley's playing," and everybody's like, "I'm silent." You were like 24 and I was 21. I just haven't turned 22 yet, I think.
Yeah, because that is a little bit, like, it's not crazy, but like it is a little bit
It
crazy.
is crazy, but like, but now we're.
I'm 26 and Ria's 28.
Yeah. No, guys, I'm not. I was like 17 at that World
Yeah.
Youth Cup. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't actually 21. Yeah, I don't really know how it panned out from there. Sorry, guys, can't really remember. But then I went to under 21 World Youth Cup. Sorry, no.
Yeah.
Under 21.
No, we're not there yet.
Really not there. Which was fun in Isle of Man. And then made my Super League debut, I think.
We got to down.
Yeah, second year of sixth form. Yeah, I was playing under 21s for Pulse, and then Hallie had surgery, and then Liz got elevated into the squad, and I got put as a training partner. And then it was obviously just after COVID, made my debut in the first game because I think Lindsay had not had COVID, which was so much fun, and it was against Bath. And then obviously went to Bath after, like played a few times because I think during COVID obviously they were so hot on it and stuff, which was lots and lots of fun. And then got into futures, went to uni, signed for Bath, played for Bath, which...
I want to talk about that too.
We can talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah, played for Bath, obviously was having so much fun at uni, then got into full time, which was like so crazy. Like obviously went to Fast 5 my first year on futures, and then they had like a few like England futures, England A sort of fixtures, like we had played before England played Jamaica kind of thing against the men, and yeah, then got into full time, which was like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, you did meet me then, like, on futures, like I was.
I think you could. I don't want to like out you. It's not outing you.
No,
It's like
you say whatever you want. I'm so changed.
I just remember like we came into our first camp and you just like come back from like your sick from holiday.
Yeah.
Like
I just been tired out.
And like have no
Yeah, I remember Shona like telling my mum that I need to stop going out because I had never had a voice.
Yeah.
Because like obviously like first year uni like.
You're just out all the time.
But also like I would lose my voice from playing a netball game because I'd shout so much. But like, and obviously you go and watch a lot of sport. I feel like in uni, so like you're always shouting and you're watching like the 2s and the 3s, and then you're obviously going on a night out and drinking on top of that. So it's like you're gonna lose your voice a little bit. But yeah, I definitely wasn't ready because like I was obviously then like obviously debuted for Roses that year, my second year uni, which was like crazy experience. Like when I look back, I'm like that was actually crazy. Like it was so much fun. And then got a few caps that year, and
that was the same year that you were playing for Bath.
So that was my second year for Bath. That I debuted. Yeah.
So while you were at Bath, it was you and Tash in the circle?
First year, Tash was rehabbing.
Yes. So
Second
who were you
year.
playing with?
Lily May and a lady named Carol.
Yeah.
Who plays for Malawi, I think.
Yeah.
But she was like the cutest ever. Like she lived with Alicia John.
Okay, yeah.
And she used to run to training because she didn't like we had a gym at like 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And she would run there because she like couldn't figure out the buses or whatever, so she'd run like 5k to the gym. Instead of asking someone for a lift. But she was the sweetest ever. And then Emma at Windy, which was sick, obviously. And obviously when I moved to Bath, me and Soph kind of came as a duo. Like, Soph convinced me to go to uni in Bath. I wasn't really planning on going to uni. Don't ask me what I was planning to do because there wasn't really another plan. But I kind of went to Bath because of Soph. So then like we were just kind of besties.
It was kind of paid off.
Yeah.
Because you had the best time.
Yeah, definitely had the best time. Well, I know Bath wasn't very good, but like I feel like that's what you need in your first year of Super League. Like I was getting a decent amount of game time and like getting experience playing at Super League level, which I think is really important, even if you're losing a lot of games.
And what do you think you came out of Bath like what were your learnings from those 2 years?
See, I think it sounds quite selfish, but I think when you play for a team that isn't very good and you're young, sometimes you kind of got to focus more in on how you're playing and be a bit selfish and be like, okay, well, I want to get onto the England programme, I want a contract somewhere else, so like I just need to make sure I'm playing well, and as long as my stats are good, I'm happy. So that's kind of what I learned from it, and I feel like I found it hard to adjust coming to Forest and being in a team where like we actually like can win the league compared to a team where we're not going to win the league.
What's the adjustment?
I think just like, obviously playing for Bath I'd be frustrated because, you know, you're losing a game by 30 goals, it's not nice. But like at Forest, like, say if we like make an error, I get like even more frustrated because I'm like, we're better than that. I mean, and I'm not saying like, if you look at the team we had at Bath, like everyone that was in that team is like doing so well now. Like you've got like Beth Dyke, obviously me, Tash Imo, Sophie Kelly, Sloan just made her debut in SSN this year. Like it's not like the players were bad.
That's such a good point.
Yeah.
So why do you think it just didn't click?
Yeah, and
or
like,
you were just earlier in your career?
I don't even think so. Like we had obviously with like Kadeen, obviously Baz is like really like been so good the past couple of years. I haven't played against her much, but like we played against Scotland and stuff. I don't actually know. I think a lot of it probably has to do with like culture, and I literally don't know. Like I think maybe we just didn't click well at that time, and like me, like I'm not gonna lie, like me and Sophie were pretty unserious. Like obviously we worked hard in training and stuff, but like we were very much student athletes.
Yeah.
Over like actual athletes, whereas now I think that's changed a little bit.
And then you're finishing at Bath.
Yeah, so
Obviously.
Bath got deleted.
The chat.
Literally left the chat.
Yeah.
Bath left the chat.
Yeah.
Which was obviously pretty emotional. Obviously at that point I think like I was kind of in the headspace of like, okay, well, I've just made my debut for Roses. I probably should try and not play for a team that's losing the league. Like not in that sense, but like I think we all kind of, I reckon Tash would have left after that year. So obviously Bath went, and I think it's unfortunate because I could have potentially stayed another year, finished uni and then left, whereas like, I didn't really get that choice. So obviously I chose to come to Forest, which...
What was behind that choice?
So obviously Tash was a big part of it, and then I think for me when I spoke to Chelsea, she was saying how training will be in the day, and I thought if I'm moving away from everything I know, all my friends, like I'm not going to have anything to do, I'm not going to be going to lectures and stuff, I'd rather be training in the day.
Than waiting around.
Literally I used to hate waiting around all day when you're at uni just to go to training, like it used to be so boring. So that was kind of a selling point for me, and then Tash going there, and I remember you DM'd me being like, that's just like the tree or something, and I was like, oh this is so cute. And like, I don't know, like Chelsea just really sold it to me, and I think it's scary sometimes for someone who hasn't been a coach before, but I just trusted her because she's so experienced in the netball world that I thought like there's no way she can be a bad coach because like she's played with under so many people that I just thought she must be good.
So much.
Yeah. So yeah, that kind of sold me on it, and then.
And like talking about outside of netball things, so obviously that meant you had to do your year last year at uni.
Yeah, so I was like I remember Soph split her year. Basically the signing window we were in Morocco together. So like we both just like inside the whole time, like on our phones, we didn't want to miss any calls or anything.
Did you have an agent at that time?
Yes, but I spoke to like Chelsea like personally. And then Soph was having like conversations as well, and then Soph decided that she was going to split her year like off the bat, whereas I was like, no, I'd rather have one hard year and get it over and done with. No, like literally. Yeah,
Really?
well, I didn't do that in the end, did I?
Oh yeah, sorry.
So I did like the first semester like normal, and then I think one assignment, like I submitted, like over Christmas I submitted the wrong thing, and I was like, oh my days, like I'm just not managing because I don't see anyone in person that I'm like, I'm not an idiot, like I know what's right and what's wrong, but I'm just like, it's just too much. So then, and I was travelling back and forth from Bath so much, like every 2 weeks, and it was just getting a bit much. So I spoke to my head of the course and was just like, can I split my year after the first semester? And she was like, yeah, like it's not too late, we can do that. So then I did my dissertation and one other module this year, which was so much easier to manage. And I literally didn't have anything else to do the rest of last year. So yeah, and I had like a bit of a jump, like a head start on my dissertation, because obviously I had started it last year because of, like we did it in first semester, we did like the whole ethics thing and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And how did you find that transition, obviously living in a uni house or uni halls, surrounded by all your friends all the time, being able to go out when you want and stuff like that, to then being in Nottingham, not really knowing some people, but like like a few of the next gen girls, and then the girls that you live with, but like it's obviously such a different environment. Like,
like I found it really hard actually, like not being surrounded by people your age. I think when you're on a team with people who aren't your age, like you don't even notice because like you're all quite similar, but I think living with people who aren't your age and like only really being with people who aren't your age, like you do actually realise, okay, like we are actually quite different. And I am quite an independent person anyways, but I think it was more the transition of like student athlete to like basically full-time athlete. I do a little bit of uni work sometimes. So like that was really hard because like I couldn't live, like I was a student but I couldn't live the student life because I'm not
with
at uni. So I did find that quite hard, but I think I've adjusted to it well, and like obviously as I said I was going down to Bath quite a lot, so I was still seeing my friends, and like I still had a house in Bath last year, so when I would go back, like I'd have my own room, be with my friends and stuff, and Forrest were like quite lenient with me going back and like missing gym and stuff, so that was good. But yeah, I feel like I sometimes like obviously see my friends posting and stuff and I'm like so jealous, but then I feel like Bath's also changed a lot, I think, since I was there, and there's not as many nights out, and like I guess it doesn't seem as close as it was when I was there. Like I feel like my friends, like my closest friends from my first and second year then graduated because they were the year above me, so like, but then 2 of them do still live in Bath, so it's like still a bit sad. But when I go back I obviously see them all, which is always really nice, and I feel like it means more, but they're all just like working and stuff as well, so it's kind of boring.
Did it like make a massive difference to you? So like you were in futures, then you were in full time, and we've not got on to when you got dropped. But like did it make a massive difference, like even financially or just like in life, if you were on or off, or do you think because you're still like in the student vibe, it doesn't, like it's either just extra money or like an extra commitment or it's not?
I felt like so when I was on futures we actually had camps from like I think it was like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday or something like that, like it was over the weekend, so like timing wise Rose was obviously trained like in the week, so I was missing a lot of uni when I first got into full time because we went on tour, I went to New Zealand like twice in a row, so I basically missed a lot of first semester, but like my lecturers and stuff were really lenient on it, so that I think in that sense yes, but also it didn't really bother me too much because it's kind of what I wanted to do and I really like enjoyed it, and then financially I think it was actually I probably should have given all the money to my mum because I didn't need the money. Obviously I was getting paid a little bit by Bath and I had my student loan, like that should have been enough, but I was like the biggest like careless spender in the world, so literally spent all that money.
I know, I was like that too when I had my year on a full-time program, because that was when I was at Rhinos. I was getting paid a bit by Rhinos, working at Rhinos, they were paying my rent, and then also full-time program. So like looking back, I just feel like there should have been a bit more like education on
like I was on a team.
And when you go from living off a student loan to then having netball roses and maybe even work, like they really should educate you.
No, I think people should, like, not even just like athletes, but like they should be teaching that in school.
Oh my god, why do
Like,
we
it's
not learn
crazy
that?
that we're learning about, like, I don't know what we learn in PSHE, like, about, I don't even know, couldn't even tell you, but I would have loved to learn, like, how to manage my money.
Yeah, or like set up a credit card. I'm 26 and I set one up last month. Like, was on the phone with my dad for like 3 months before I managed to. It like overcharged me on my first payment.
It's like
I'm like, why do I not know what
how,
it
like,
is?
you just, like, how to actually be an adult, because you're kind of thrown in at the deep end.
But
There's some
also,
reasons.
like, as a netball player, there are extra things that we need to be aware of. Like, for example, last year I went to get my first car and I couldn't get the car on finance because I've lived in like netball houses. I didn't have any like constant rent going out, or like I didn't have like a credit score and stuff, because when you're an athlete you just have such a random life. Like I have like 5 addresses.
And I think even like, especially with how our salaries are not being a full professional wage, and then either like people working or getting roses like income, it's also not just like a straightforward job. I earn this much money, and that like it's so much harder to like get anything.
It's literally like, oh, I get a bit of money from there, and then I get a bit of money from my club, but then I also work for my club, so I get money there. It's like you just don't have a like stable. You don't have a stable income.
It's not stable. Did you find a lot of people said that in your?
Not necessarily about like stability of income, but like job security. Like we spoke about how, like.
Sorry, explain.
Sorry. Okay. So my dissertation was on the professionalisation of the Netball Super League and its effects on players' livelihood. So I kind of just looked at how obviously netball's called professional now, but we're not getting paid a full-time wage, so it's technically not professional, and how that affects people's lives. Like, for example, I mean, Tasha's the only one I interviewed that is a full-time netball player because she's on the Roses, but I don't think there's not many people who are full-time netball players unless they're on the Roses, because if you're on the Roses, obviously you're getting like more money. But I think I found mainly in my dissertation that like basically my findings were pretty much like you guys would know, like there's not enough money in netball for it to be called professional, and the growth is going to be pretty slow, and it's also just like hard for people who have other career prospects to kind of do that, but it's also scary for people now coming through like not wanting to get a further education because they think, oh, I'll just be a professional netball player. But actually the reality is you don't earn enough money being a professional netball player, so like people still need to be encouraged to go to uni and get, well, not uni, but like get further qualifications in college, and kind of put that first.
And it's so different from football, because like you can be good at football and there's so many leagues, like even the lowest leagues in football get paid so well, so like you actually probably could be like, I want to be a footballer, and if you know you're relatively good, you could make a living, whereas like in netball, if you're not that top 80 in the UK, you can't even get part-time.
Literally. You can't even get anything really.
So true.
Obviously, there's people who like do have full-time jobs outside of netball, and they're lucky that their club still only trains like in the evening and stuff. But obviously, I interviewed a few Forest girls, and we train mainly in the day. So like, it's literally unsustainable for anyone to have a full-time job when they play for Forest. I don't know what others like. Obviously, I interviewed some girls from Pulse. They train mainly in the evenings. But like, obviously we've got Neve, who obviously she works shifts. But other than that, I feel like everyone's jobs are pretty, like, what's the word? Flexible.
Yeah, very flexible. How did you find balancing losing that full-time wage and then coming into the Forest programme where you obviously can't work as much?
Yeah, well obviously I was still at uni, luckily, because I got my student loan. I think if I didn't have that, like I would have really struggled. Like I think before the selection this year, I was like, if I don't get on, like I might have to move home. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do or get a job. So when I got dropped, I was like, oh my days, like what am I gonna do? But obviously Forest helped me get a bit of coaching here and there, which was like helpful to just get a little bit more money. But mainly like my student loan covered my accommodation, which was fine. But it is like a massive drop just to like happen, because it's like basically half a wage gone. And then you're living off like a part-time wage, which is just like crazy, and I feel like I probably should have adapted to it a little bit quicker. Not just use my own job, everyone.
That is a reality for like a lot of players, especially because when training's not just, well, for some people it is train, go to work, whatever, but a lot, it is recovery as well. You do need recovery time, you do need time to just sort your life out, you do need time. It's not just like you're in training on court for an hour and a half, 2 hours and that's it. Like there's so much more to it.
I also found like in my disc, like when interviewing people, like since the professionalisation, like standards have gone up so much more. Like before, yes, we were just expected to literally turn up to training, go home, like go uni or work in the day, and you know, training was just kind of like a hobby. Whereas like now, because we are getting paid like more money, like I think it said something, when the professionalisation happened, it said something like 600% increase, which is crazy because as an outsider you'd think, oh my days, they're getting paid so much money. But the reality is like maybe one person in the team is getting paid. It's still below average wage, you know what I mean? Like, I found that like they find like expectations are a lot higher and it's harder to sustain, especially if you do work outside of netball. And then obviously someone that I interviewed travelled back and forth, like 3-hour journeys to work. Like half the week they'd be there, half the week they'd be up where they're training. And so like they're not doing this year, and she said how much difference it's actually made, like to recovery. Like she can feel it so much more, like because you don't realise it, but driving actually takes it out of you so much, like travelling anywhere takes it out of you so much. And I think just kind of with the standards going up, everyone's training a lot more, you do need more time to recover as well, but you can't do that if you have a job. So yeah, it's a bit crazy.
It's so interesting when you said, so when you got dropped from England and lost that wage, you were like, thank God I was a student, because we spoke about this in my episode, which was like the only reason I could afford, so my first 2 years at Rhinos, I was a training partner, the only reason I could afford to do that was because I was at uni, so I was getting a student loan, and I also got like an engineering scholarship, and because my parents paid my rent. And it always makes me think like, what if I didn't get the grades to go to uni, or like what if my parents couldn't afford my rent? Like I would never have had access to NSL, and it's like what if you weren't in uni, so like you just lost your wage, and then people are like, oh well, you can just go work, but you can't because you don't go to Forest every morning, so like and that's your part-time wage. And then again it's like, oh well, you could take like casual work, but it doesn't solve the problem of like job security, getting a mortgage, like financial stability. Like I just find it so interesting that it feels like the NSL is not accessible to anyone who doesn't have parents that can financially support them. And I have so many teammates who like in the exact same situation, like their parents just helped them because they could and they wanted to, or like if they couldn't get into uni. And that's so sad. Like,
no, it's crazy. Like I found me and Sophie speaking about this, and like we said that the best place to develop your netball is to go to uni and do it there, because you have the freedom to focus on that.
And the facilities in the UK unis are like so good. Like when I went to Loughborough, we were like training in power base like 3 times a week. Like
literally.
You got access to all of that just because I went to the uni there.
But then it's like after uni, especially as training ramps up and expectations after uni, there probably will. I know there are a lot of girls in next gen who are like, this is kind of my last year.
I think it's then like,
if I
don't get a Super League contract, I'm going to have to do something else. I think that's the hard thing about it. It's like, I think to develop your netball, like going to uni is the best place to do it, because like you can do it for free. You don't need to, like, you get your loan and stuff. But then after that, it's like, what do you do? Especially with like, I think it's so much harder now for girls to break through into the league because first of all, obviously there's way less people, but also it's like obviously we train in the day and a lot of the girls can't do it because they've got a job. So it's like, okay, well, how are you going to get your opportunity then when you can't even make training? So it's a lot harder because you kind of got to pick between the two, or as you said, like get your parents to help you.
Like I fully went to uni for, like I chose Loughborough because Lightning was there.
Yeah, that's the same
like,
thing in Bath.
Did my final year remotely, like I was never at uni. I was always just like at netball training or in Leeds in my final year.
Yeah.
But like, and I don't regret it obviously, but I reflect on like the amount of debt I'm in, like I moved country, like I just give everything to it.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know, it feels like you shouldn't have to. Or like there should be another way.
Yeah.
Then like just say you don't want to go to uni, just say like you don't enjoy studying.
No, exactly, like what do you do?
You want to do something, like how do you get in?
And I think it's even hard with like the timing of when I got dropped was obviously, I think it was probably around like April time. So it's like, if I wasn't at uni at that point, like, how am I now going to afford to live in Nottingham? Do you know what I mean? Like I was already thinking that this year.
Yeah, because you've signed your contract,
I've signed my
so you're in
contract,
a year.
and then we've signed the rent on the house till November. So like, how am I meant to pay for that? So I think it's also that, because it's like, you don't know what's going to happen and the timing of it doesn't align with like your calendar, for example. Like, say if, I don't know, like, I didn't know if I was going to be on Roses, so I was like, oh, let me look for jobs, like postgrad jobs. But then I can't do that because if I got to Roses, I can't do a postgrad job.
And we spoke as well about like when you're postgrad coming straight out of uni with no experience, you can't go in and be like, hey, so I'll work for you, but can't be in Monday, have to leave early Tuesday, won't be there Wednesday, play on Friday, like is that okay?
And I actually can't do the whole of July or September.
Like this is like get someone else.
Literally. So it is just like, I know there are some like, they have like athlete schemes, but a lot of them are like for people transitioning into the world from out of sport, but they don't have any for people who are transitioning out of uni into like dual career.
Is there any clauses in the Roses contracts for like, so if you get dropped, you get paid for a certain amount of months?
Yes, so I got dropped in, I want to say like April, because maybe like end of April. I got the call and I think I got paid until, like, it was after so the contract ends 31st of May. And I got paid for another maybe like 2 or 3 months, I think.
Yeah, I think that was the same.
Which is relatively short in the real world. Like if you get made redundant, which essentially you did, you get like a massive payout.
Yeah.
Like because that's recognised that you can't just take someone's salary. But, so get payouts when you get dropped. Maybe it would make them like, I don't know, invest longer term in athletes rather than picking up and dropping every year.
Yeah.
Like maybe that's what it would take. Like if you're going to get someone on the programme, this is a livelihood.
Yeah.
And you have to invest in them and then if you drop them, get a payout.
Yeah, that's so true actually.
David Parsons talking to you.
Me with no like financial business, but it just should be a bigger deal. Like you can't just. I don't know. I just feel like in the real world, outside of female sport, that wouldn't be okay.
I want to talk a bit more about you getting dropped.
That's fine.
If that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
And just that whole period of like Roses to Futures and then under 21 World Cup situation.
Yeah.
And I understand that you have probably done a lot of interviews about this situation.
Yeah.
So we don't have to go too deep into it, but I feel like we should cover it.
I haven't actually done that many, so like.
Okay. Chat away then.
Tell me all about it.
No one asked me enough.
So obviously it was on Futures, then on Roses, and then my second year of Roses I like didn't get selected for any tours. But then I thought I'd had a good year at Forest so far, because obviously the selection's kind of mid-season. So then I got the call, we were in the gym, and I remember I had a missed call from David, and I like showed Tash, because he'd messaged me being like, call us back by this time, and it was like a joint call, and I remember I picked up the phone, and as soon as they said it, I just burst into tears. Like I was like, I just didn't expect it, I don't think, and so it came as a massive shock.
And do they give you feedback on that call, or do you?
No, so then we had a separate feedback call which had like more of the staff on it. So got dropped. I remember literally being in hysterics. Messaged Chelsea whilst I was on the call. And I didn't even listen to a word they were saying on the phone. I was literally just like, okay, right. Messaged Chelsea being like, are you still at the uni? She was like, no, but I can come back. And I was like, please come back. So she picked me up and like we went on a walk and she like spoke to me about being dropped from diamonds and stuff and how she like kind of combated that. But like, I think it's probably just how I've been raised and like gymnastics and stuff. Like I kind of just, stopped about it for a day. And then the next day, like I had a meeting with Iris and C Tom and was just like, I want to be in the gym every day. I need to be fit, I need to be strong. Like I need to be better for the rest of the season. And then over summer, worked really, really hard. Obviously, then I also got put on futures and they said, like, we really want you to do futures. I had my feedback call, which Chelsea was on, which I found really helpful because she could kind of stand up for me because I'm just not someone who's going to be like, no, I do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, on a feedback call, whereas Chelsea was kind of that for me on that call.
And do you find that their feedback wasn't correct?
Like some of it I definitely agreed with, and like, but again, like for example, developing my game at Goldie, like that's not really in my control because all our games are pretty close. Tash is like so much better than me at Goldie. Like Tash is Goldie. And other things like repercussive movements, making impact from the start. Those were the things that kind of stuck with me. But like Chelsea, literally like jumped in on a lot of them and was like making an impact from the start. Chelsea was like, she actually makes most impact in the first half of the game. So I think it's always like, I don't know, I think I wish sometimes I find this with all coaches, I don't think I've ever had a coach that isn't like this, but just be straightforward. Like, if you just think I've got worse, just tell me. Like, just say you've had a worse season than you did last year. And these are things that you need to work on. But I kind of went on that call. I didn't really want feedback as such. Like, I literally just went on that call and was like, can you please just tell me what you want to see from me? Rather than, why didn't I get on? Because I just think, what's the point in asking them why I didn't get on? So then, obviously worked hard over the summer period.
What did that hard work look like?
So I was in the gym pretty much every day with Tom, in between camps, kind of like rehabbing like niggles and stuff and being off feet before camp started. And then when camp started, obviously I was doing more on feet then, and then on my days off, obviously I was in the Futures camp. Oh no, it was under 21s camp, sorry, for the World Cup. So they weren't as long, so on the other days I'd be in the gym with Tom. Mainly just gym, to be fair, a bit of bike I think, and then a bit of running outside in the sun, which was nice. So that was kind of the main thing I did. And then obviously the whole World Cup thing.
Go on.
So didn't get selected for World Youth Cup. Again, another shock, like I just got over the fact I didn't get back into Roses.
And what was the long squad and how many did they select?
So the long squad was, I think 21 or 22, and then they selected 15, but 12 were going and 3 were training partners. And I remember camp finished on like a Thursday, and we were finding out on Friday. And when I got home on the Thursday, I got a call saying, just to let you know, like you're a training partner.
Who called you?
Sonia, and told me. So at that point, like, I was just like, right, okay. Just end the phone. Like, there's nothing, like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's no point sulking about it. Like, it is what it is. So I kind of just went into camp the following week, just like positive, like, let me try and give these girls like all my knowledge and like help them. And like, I'm not one of those people that's going to be a bitch in training. Like, I think personally, like, I thought I was going to be selected. I don't know if that's like you should never assume because anything can happen. But like, I think it was a big shock to me that I wasn't selected. But obviously it ended up going. Less free. Yeah, so sad. Like, it's awful circumstances. Like, that's never how you want to go to something. But obviously ended up going and really enjoyed the experience. Like, it was nice to go, like it was nice to see what like, obviously it's not what an actual World Cup would look like, but kind of, you know, like playing against different styles of play every day. And just like meeting so many people, which is nice. And then also I felt like I hadn't been in a team with a bunch of girls my age in such a long time. Like it was so nice. Obviously like Bucks and stuff, but like we didn't actually train at Bucks, like we trained in Super League, so it's still like different. So it was actually nice to be like in a team full of people that are like your age. So yeah, I did actually really enjoy it. We came like third, which was good.
So good.
And yeah, I just maybe like got really close to some of the girls, which I hadn't had the opportunity to do before because I wasn't full-time in all the futures. So really really enjoyed that. But then after that, again, just like was like I still need to work hard because like I went to World Cup off of a whim. Like I need to
be so good they can't not pick you.
Yeah. And I think I'm just one of those people that just like I'll try, like I'll work my hardest, do my best, and if it doesn't pay off, then like I'll be upset, but like it's then not my. I think that's the problem with doing sport, like a team sport. It's like all of
subjective
opinions, perception. So it's like it's not just on how quick you can run. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's the hard thing about it because you can like even last year, like my stats were still good. My stats were still like probably I don't know like top 5 and everything, but still get selected. You know, so like it's always hard to swallow because it's like okay, like am I actually bad or does someone not like me? Do you know what I mean? Like that's literally how it is. But I think that's the reason you just got to put your head down because you just got to try and be so good that like they can't not select you. And that's kind of what I tried to do this season.
So you've kind of done it quite well. So what's kind of been going through your head since kind of pre-season to get to this selection?
So my goals in my IPP with Chelsea was to be better than last year. And to get back on roses.
Okay.
So like it was basically just be better. And then like my other goals were just like doing everything I need to off court because obviously I didn't go down to Bath nearly as much as I did last year, just to like help with recovery and just like timing and like being able to like I'd go to the gym in Bath, but it's not the same as being in with your S&C coach. So like doing all that properly, and I feel like I very much more lived like an athlete this year than a student athlete. Like although I was definitely less of a student last year, like even less so this year. And just like doing all the right things and then just really pushing myself and like also not putting too much pressure on myself. I think last year I did put quite a lot of pressure on because I didn't get selected for anything internationally. So then going into the season I was like, I really need to play well, like to like keep my spot, you know what I mean? Whereas this year I was just like, whatever happens, just have fun. And I feel like I've like this season like I've enjoyed playing netball again. Like not that I didn't enjoy it, but like actively like smiling on court and like and having a good time. Which
it's really evident this year.
Yeah, I think like if you're enjoying it, like you are just gonna play better. And obviously like finishing uni as well, like I'm all done, so I've basically been able to go all in with netball, which is nice.
So amazing story. Just so
I've spoken about myself for like
that's why you're here. I just think it's so cool. Like you're only 21 and you've already had so many kind of like setbacks and stuff that you've overcome. So just like the resilience that you've built to this age from when you're like 6 or 7.
I do think like sport, like professional sport, there are so many more lows than highs, and that's just how it is. And like we've decided to do this, so like you've just got to like make sure the lows don't get you low. Do you know what I mean? Like there are going to be lows, but you just got to be like, well, and that's the thing about doing a team sport as well. Like you've still got people around you like there to support you, which is always like so nice.
That's so true. So we're finishing the season. What comes next? Have you got a holiday planned, or are you just straight into camp?
No holidays booked yet,
Okay.
but got the whole of August off, so definitely will be looking something for the whole of August.
Literally living for August. Very honest.
We were talking about it yesterday. Sounds so fun, but yeah, like I don't want to spend more than 24 hours in the UK. Holiday, get back, wash my nose. Holiday, get back, wash my nose. So yeah, hopefully I'll get some of those booked in soon. I think it was just like a lot of my friends are graduating obviously, so like they don't know with their jobs like whether they're going to get a job and stuff and stuff. So just waiting to see about that, and then obviously Commonwealth selection will be happening. So that will depend on when I go into camp, I think, and where we finish in the league will also depend on when I go into camp.
Yeah. And then outside of netball, just life-wise, now you've obviously graduated. What is it just full 100% athlete mode, like eat, sleep, drink, athlete?
So probably, but also like that's just not really me. Like I think I'm too chill to be like full blown athlete.
Yeah.
But then I guess like what do you think? What would you say full time? Like do you know what I mean? Like
you probably need to be quite chill. Like like if you're gonna give everything to every session, every time you're in camps and you're doing a national season, your time outside of netball, you probably don't want to be.
I am trying to find some new hobbies.
Okay, like?
So I told you about my swimming. I bought a swimming hat and got
Do you want them?
No, because I was going to come to pool the other day, but then Sophie came around. I was going to bring it.
Okay.
But I thought maybe if I go on my own, then like, and I just
be shy.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shy because no one would know.
It's a good investment.
Yeah.
They're really hard to get on. Do you
I've put it on a few times.
And was it easy?
Yes.
How many times also?
Yeah,
I know just once.
Just check.
Maybe like 3 or 4 times, genuinely.
Oh, and it wasn't hard?
No.
Oh, I need to set it up then.
Yeah.
You have quite thick hair. Or actually, when you slick yours back, you can like really slick it.
Yeah, true actually.
To be fair, 2 of the times I put it on, my hair was down.
Okay, I need to see a pic.
So I just put it on because
It's that pic. Yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to.
Yeah.
And then
YouTube?
yeah, I want to start doing more social media, I think. But I'm just like, do people even care?
Yeah, people care about your social media.
But like how, like, and also people like, do a day in the life, but like, my life is wake up, go to training, get home, shower, eat, go to bed.
Well, then you need to
And like get in bed at
include.
Try on hand. Try on again.
I was telling Maria the other day that, wait, what was I just going to say? I was telling you,
Oh, you can't go to. Oh, get into
oh,
bed.
I do my nighttime skincare routine at like 2 p.m.
Just in bed the rest of the day.
Pretty much. I want to start, I used to go on evening walks like every single day, and I want to start doing that again.
I would do them
Like around the river. You know where we walked that one time when you guys walk home?
Yeah.
Thingy? I usually walk around there. So I want to start doing that again. But I think sometimes when I have a series that I'm watching, I'm like,
Hooked.
yeah, I'm just hooked. I'm like, why would I leave my bed and like listen to music when I can just watch my TV show? Do you know what I mean? Oh, reading, actually.
Yeah.
I got really into reading at the beginning of this year, then it kind of died off when my disc got more intense. So I've just finished the first book of A Core of Thorn and Roses.
Hated it.
Took me like 6 months.
Really? I'm on the second one.
Yeah, I've just started the second one, but apparently that was better.
Yeah, everyone's telling me it's better, but I'm not really getting into it.
Don't say that.
No, they say
I'm
you
reading
get.
like 2 pages a night.
No, the girls were saying you do get into it eventually, and then once you are into it, like get into it.
Yeah, okay.
Rest of the series.
I'll persevere.
I'm into
So
Housemaid. I'm into Housemaid.
You've read it?
No, I've not finished it, but I am getting in. I've got into it now.
I'm so proud. Oh, have you read it?
No.
Give it to Shirley after.
Yeah. But it is a page turner, like
It is,
yeah.
yeah. You know when they read it in one night? Like she stayed up to like 4 a.m. watching it.
That's how thick I read Verity. Have you read that?
I read that. The
2
movie's coming out.
days.
You need to read that before the movie comes out.
But it's so scary.
So
Like
scary.
I've never read a scary book
But
before.
I
Like I was
yes.
like turning pizza gun.
Yes.
Like scary.
Verity's scarier than the
I didn't
Housemaid,
know
I'd
books could
say.
do that.
Yeah.
Such
Who
an
neither.
experience.
But I didn't want scary.
But then you just go to bed.
Yeah.
I don't think about it.
But you've got Shirley in the bed with you, so it's alright.
Okay.
I'm going. Going is
Yeah,
like What's going to do? And then what's anyone going to do you? We're going.
Well, I think that brings us to the end. Okay, so Jay, Got one more question for you.
Yeah.
What are you holding space for?
I'm holding space for trying new things. I'm finding new hobbies.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Really enjoyed. Not myself.